Here we go. We're in record. So first of all, I have what I am so excited about, an announcement to make tonight is that Sandy has decided to partner with me on our tips and tools calls, which means that you get two of us for the price of one. And you get all of our entertainment and all of our humor and all of our knowledge and all of our love. So I am so excited to have her on. And when I told her what the call was on tonight, she came up with so many more things than I did for what we're going to talk about tonight. So Sandy, I don't know if you want to say anything before we get started.
Just that Nikki has been such a mentor for me for so many years and she talks about wanting to be as good as Brandon Barber. I think she's one of the best laser coaches because anyone who's been coached by her agrees, right? Because she knows how to get right in and she's so affirming and validating. And so I just love her and I'm excited to do this together.
Yeah, we're going to learn a lot from each other. I already learned a whole lot from Sandy today, just putting this call together. So when I put the idea of the call, which I don't know how many of you saw the flyer, it says, what should we focus on now? So it gave me a chance. That was my buffer title because I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. But I knew that things are happening right now that aren't always fun, that are difficult sometimes, that are put us into a situation of what we would call adversity, with our systems not working perfect. We're used to them working. They're not anymore. And, how do we go through that together, number one, as a team? And what can we focus on right now that will empower us and empower the most important people to us, which are our customers? That's what we really want to be able to do. That's what is really our focus tonight, is being able to do that. And I think before we get into just showing you a few things with our back office that I want you to see, and then things with juiceplus.com that I want to make sure that you know about, I do want to talk about, how do we empower our customers at a time like this? So number one, I'm going to share with you something that I've been doing. I wished I had told everybody earlier. I didn't, because I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. I really didn't. And what it is that I did not contact all my customers and let them know something was happening. I did not tell them to activate their accounts. I did not tell them anything was different. And I'm going to tell you why. I think that 90% of my customers are on automatic reorder and never have changed anything. They like what they're getting. They get it all the time. They get it every 4 months. So why would I alert them to something to have to go in and set up an account when it's this point, they really don't need to do that. So I didn't do that. And I feel a little guilty that I didn't share that with more of you. What I did do, what I've noticed since September 1st, I've probably had, I'm trying to be really accurate, maybe 6 to 8 people call me with problems. That's it. And I have two positions. I have Chris's position and I have my position. I know in one of my positions, I have 130 customers. And I think in my other, I have about 40 or 50. And I've only had about 8 people actually call me. So I haven't really dealt with all those other people. Maybe I'm just lucky, but it's been very easy for me. And I've not gone into overwhelm or whelm trying to get anything done. So for those of you that have not contacted all your customers, my suggestion is let it lie for a while and see what happens. See if they call you, because my people know how to get a hold of me if they have a problem. So that's number one that I wanted to talk about. And then I do want to talk about besides, and Sandy, how did you handle it? And what have you done recently in terms of that idea?
I had a little bit more of a demand to help people. I just want to say that I think, Nikki, this shows what great customer care you've done over the years, that they just trusted everything was going to come and everything was good. One thing that has happened to me since April is that I have some addicts in my customer base, some Luminate addicts. And so they were not going to let it lie.
No.
I have had a lot of people contacting, well, not a lot, but contacting me to get that every month. And so we've worked out a system that works well for them. And most of them have been able to activate their account when I remind them, because they want it every month. They're taking it every single day,
Yeah.
like me. And so I just remind them, and then they go in and have it sent, order more, or I send them a cart, just depending on how savvy that they are.
And one of the things that you said to me today that I thought was really important is keeping it simple. Trying to show them how to keep it simple. And you told me about one of the customers that you actually helped activate. I can't say it. I don't know if I can do it. Activate as a partner and as a Healthy Starts person. And you
Yeah.
really weren't sure who to do it, but what approach did you take? And then how did you get it done?
I actually kind of did it beforehand just to make sure I was going to be able to. And then I had her on the phone and I walked her through saying, I want to become a partner, that
So she went to your landing page.
on my landing page.
That's
Yes.
important.
If you're doing this and they're going to go off that landing page, off, yeah, they're going to go off-roading to find something. You want them to start on your landing page because it'll track to you. And so then she added his partner, filled that out. Then she went shopping and she chose the Healthy Starts, and then and added that to cart. The add partner or become a partner didn't show up in her cart. So she went up and did that again, filled that out, and it was almost seamless. She signed, filled out her card and everything.
So
And
because we understood that in your cart, there should be a question that says, do you want to join also? But that did not appear. So she went back to the landing page and went up to become a partner and filled that out after she finished her actual order.
It was like she was still shopping and she shopped.
Oh, she was still shopping. She could do it still shopping. Okay, great. Great.
Yeah.
So, and what I gathered though, is you sat on the phone with her, you walked it through, and we were talking about, not everybody is super savvy about how to use a computer. And I want to bring up something that Sandy and I had a conversation, because I think this is really important. So often I'm hearing from my partners, well, I have a lot of old customers, not meaning I've had them a long time, but they're old in age and they're not going to be able to do this. And I am personally working on getting rid of ageism in my vocabulary. I'm going to be 75 on my next birthday. I don't feel or think of myself as old, and I am very savvy on the computer. And I think I will be very savvy when I'm 80 because I'm going to stay with it. So one of the things I'd like to do, and Sandy, you said something really good about what is it when we are talking about old, what do we do? What's the feeling that comes across when we're doing that?
Right. It's almost like we're kind of looking down on them, like they can't handle it. So we have to do that for them. And just kind of getting rid of that, because I do have some 80-year-olds that have activated and are taking care of their account, no problem. So just kind of getting out of that stigma, and then also how we approach ourselves to them, that this is simple. The lady that I had on the phone to activate or to become a partner, and I just kept my language. This is super simple. It's a brand new system, and yay, you're the first one I get to walk through it. And but kept it fun and simple. And it was like she was patting herself on the back when she made it through. It worked. We did it. And
I love that you actually helped make her feel proud of herself, that she walked it through, that she could get it done, that she could handle the computer. So not only were you like this great customer service person, but you actually helped her self-esteem. That's one of the ways that we can empower our customers, by helping them with their own self-esteem. And that's what Sandy, go on, Sandy.
Sorry. If you remember, I know that Nikki's a master at teaching this, the 6 basic human needs. One of them is, well, security, certainty. One of them, though, is contribution. I thanked her for contributing to my education. As it's so new, I'm learning this too. And so she contributed to me. And so I just think as much as we can be looking for ways to meet those needs in them
Yeah.
and to validate them, I just think is super important.
And I love what you said, as much as we can. You are going to have customers that want nothing to do with the computer. You are. That's the truth. You know, you are going to have those people. So in that case, one of the things that you said, Sandy, is that you've activated their account. They do receive the email. These are people at least that have email. But you've activated their account by them giving, you know, you've got their email address and you said, I forgot whatever. You did the activation for them. They got the email back and then you walked them through how to get on the site.
And just to take a poll, does everyone know how you would do that? Yes.
Anybody not sure? Okay, looks like everybody can. Okay.
Okay, great. So yeah, that's all you do. You have that activate email sent to them. And then you can walk them through doing a search in their email, put in the word activate, and then they find it. And then the rest is super simple.
Right. And of course they have to receive the email, but I think they're getting better at sending those out quicker. I know the couple customers that I've worked with in the last couple days, when they've called me, they went, like one said, I can't get my Juice Plus because I got a letter that said my credit card wasn't, you know, because they had used the old credit card. When they merged the system, somehow Juice Plus picked up their old card rather than their new card. And so they had to change it. And right there, when I was on the phone with him, he said I could get back in and see my stuff, but I don't see how I change my card. And we looked at it. I wasn't at my computer. I said, I think there's something that says manage your account. He goes, oh yeah. And then oh yeah, I see the edit my card. And he got it done right then and there. And it was super easy. So that is something. And I do want to say one more thing about empowering your customers. There is a report in your back office, which is called, the ones where it says customers haven't paid or something. Anybody, I can't remember the name of it.
Payment failure of
Payment
payment.
failure. And I looked at mine and I saw I had 10 names. I am going to call those and make sure, and I'm just going to ask them, what's the last four numbers of your credit card? You know, or no, I'm going to probably have to help activate to see what card is not being used, because the report is not accurate. So if they didn't get an email and they're still getting their Juice Plus, then that's probably fine. But I say, you know, we're having some glitches and I'm not sure you're one of the people whose card is not being entered properly. Can we activate your account to check it out to make sure? Because this guy that called me today said, I'm out of Juice Plus for 3 days and I can't, I've been on Juice Plus since I was 10 years old and I'm not going to go. I don't know what life is like without it. I don't remember, but I'm not chancing it. He has no idea what it's doing. He doesn't have the information, but he's not chancing it. So we have a lot of people like that, you guys, you know. And
ask him if he'll come on our next call and tell us what's so great about Juice Plus.
He doesn't even know. I asked him, he said, I don't know. I know that I don't get sick. My friends do. I have energy. So I don't know if it's Juice Plus because I've been doing it since I'm 10. I don't know life without this, but I'm not going to chance life without it. So, and one more thing I want to talk about in terms of empowering your customers is the way you are coming across. If you are feeling super frustrated and annoyed and angry, many of you already know this term, mirror neurons. Sandy, because we had a conversation, do you want to address that a little bit more and tell why it's so important, how you come across?
Sure. We want them to feel confident that we are confident, that we're competent and confident. And if we're frustrated and not sure about everything, I mean, it's not that we have to know everything. We just have to trust that everything is working out and it's all going to be fine. And if you're struggling with that, no worries. Talk to Nikki, talk to me, talk to someone that can validate you and help you come up with a way that you can be authentic with people and be that flight attendant. If
Yeah.
anyone's been on Brandon's calls, you know that he talks about he always had a fear of flying. And he'd look up and the flight attendant, you know, it's rocky and the plane is going every which way, but the flight attendant is calm. And that calmed him down. And that's what we get to do, is we get to be the flight attendant for our customers. We may not have all the answers, just like they don't know how rocky it's gonna get, right? But they trust that pilot. They trust that the plane's gonna land, and they're calm. And that's what we get to do.
Yeah.
And our customers are gonna pick that up and
Yeah.
pick up that we're not worried. We're gonna make sure. And there were some crazy things that were happening, especially in the beginning, and it is leveling out.
Yeah.
Some of our customers may not feel that yet, but if they know that you're calm, they will be also.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things I just also want to make sure that, do all of you know where to find how to change your credit card, how to manage your subscription? Is there anybody that does not know how to do that?
Okay, I just, while you were saying that, because you said the gentleman said he could go in and edit his card. It says edit payment, but you cannot edit a payment. You can only add a payment. At least that's what I'm
Yes,
seeing.
you add a payment, but then when you've added that credit card, that's the one that gets the dot by it. So the old card is still there. But
But
the
I
new-
have like the same card in there 6 times, and it's like, oh my gosh, why is it?
the same
No.
card that's wrong, you have 6 times, Nancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So,
I mean, it's not wrong yet. It expires in December, and I have my
right,
new
but
one.
I just changed mine today. I had my old one and it just said add new payment. I added it and that's the one I checked off, and the other one is no longer checked off. So it doesn't matter that it's still there because it's not checked off.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes
just,
sense.
it causes anxiety in me
So,
to see that in there so many times.
okay, let's just think about that for a second. What about that causes you anxiety? What's making you anxious? If I were to tell you, it doesn't matter if those are there, if they're not checked. So tell me
Right.
more about your anxiety.
I just don't like seeing it there all the time.
Okay.
I just,
So every time you get in and you see it, it sort of aggravates you.
yeah.
So what can we do to have you go in and see it and have it not aggravate you? What could you shift? What could you do so it doesn't bum you out every time you see it?
I just have to go in and add the other one with the new credit card and then change it. But I have a couple different credit cards for different orders.
Okay.
So I just have to,
So
each
you
one
might-
you gotta check.
Yeah, but I'm just asking you to find a way that when you see those extra cards on there,
Mhm.
if you can somehow like reframe it so now it's funny. Like you look at it and your new rule, your new way of thinking is, man, every time I see those extra 5 credit cards, I'm just gonna giggle because, and come up with something that makes you laugh or smile rather than something that annoys you, because there's nothing you can do about it. There, at this point, there's
True.
nothing. So you're upset about something that you cannot control at all, and that it doesn't really make any difference. So I'm offering you, so what could you come up with? Something could you come up with that when you look at that, your mind is going to go, oh yeah, that's, I don't know, you name it, that's Sydney the stupid horse. I don't know what you want to do to make it funny, but seriously, what could you do when you see that where instantly, you say this thing to yourself that makes you smile? Have any ideas?
I don't.
I
But I hear where you're coming from, and I will be able to do something. I know.
okay, because rather than looking at it and being annoyed, wouldn't it be fun if you looked at it and thought, this is just the silliest, this is Clown City, man. I don't know what you need to do to shift when you see it, but have it be triggered to something else rather than, I cannot believe this system doesn't have the right stuff in it yet. Because
Right.
that's what your brain is telling you. It's still not right.
I
Have it triggered by something different.
I really have not been that frustrated with
Okay.
all the changes and stuff
Good.
like, that's the one thing that kind of gets, because everything else is like, okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But this is the one thing that I keep thinking, is not going away.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
and-
okay. Thank you.
I just
Nancy.
want to say, oh,
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
Just
No.
want to say that everything is moving so fast in the right direction.
Yes.
It's not going to be long before
know.
you can remove. I'm sorry, Alita, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, Nancy, is it because you have several credit cards and you're frustrated because you don't know which credit card you have on which product?
Well, there's really, I think, just two or
Okay,
three. And so, but I have to click on each product to find out which one. And then,
right.
but when I add it, I'm thinking it's going to just go to the bottom of the list. And so then I can go in and all the ones that have that number, I can just click the one at the bottom of the list.
Yeah,
change
that's
it.
what
I-
that's what it did for me. Heidi?
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure that when you add the new one, you can remove the old one.
No,
I
you
was not
can't.
able to.
You can't?
No.
Mm-mm.
I
And
thought
I'm
I
going to tell
could.
you right now,
Oh, that was the address, I think, actually, I'm
I
thinking.
deal with several companies that have my old credit card, my insurance company, it's like my cable TV company, they do not get rid of the old card. So on those companies now, I have 3 old cards and I cannot remove them. I can only add the new and click on it. So I am very used to it. Outside of Juice Plus, I've been dealing this with several companies for years where I think it's really silly that I can't delete the old card and just add new. Won't let me delete, the old one sits there. It's been a card from 10 years ago, still doesn't work, still sitting there. So it's not just our company. I just want to share that with you. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is another thing that we can do if our most important people that we need to consider are our customers, to make sure that they're taken care of. There's all kinds of other customer care that you can do. You can still be sending videos. You can still be calling them. You can still be asking them what they like about their Juice Plus. You can still be in total connection with them. And right now we can do everything for their changes with the exception of credit cards. We cannot do anything about their credit cards, but I believe we can rush their orders for them by calling the company, by doing an email. We can do everything for our customers except anything that has to do with the money portion. In terms of changing, we can get labels for our customers. They don't have to do that. We can do that for them. Remember at the beginning, they said we couldn't do anything. Now we can do a lot of things, but not credit card anythings. So
What I was told is we can't expedite just because that does charge their card, that we have to have them on the phone. So I don't know, they may have changed that.
Yeah, and they are moving fast. I thought you could rush it, but I might be wrong. So, and so if our customers are really important, our biggest customers are our partners. All of you are my biggest customers. Every one of you. I want to make sure all of you are taken care of, right? And so one of the things that we can be focusing on is number one, how can we get, I know that some people don't want to even bring on any new people because they're afraid that they're going to run into some glitches. So Sandy, do you want to address that for just a moment? I'm losing light.
Sure. And I would say, go back to your why. What is your why and how many people's lives do you want to impact? And just know that you all can see, and chances are I'm talking to the choir, right? So this is going to be you talking to your team, but for your team, just to remind them, you know, the shift already, how things are getting so much better. And really, it's not just like things sucked and now they're going to slowly get better. We had a broken system and they have moved into a new system where our customers are going to be able to manage their orders. New team members are going to be able to come on and sign on and order. I mean, this is really exciting what is happening. And so if we're in that mindset, let's be bringing on people now. Let's do it now. Let's not wait until things are perfect, because A, things will never be perfect. And B, you'll get to have, your new people are going to have the satisfaction of knowing that they came on a challenging time and were able to navigate. And as things get smoother, they're going to get more excited and be bringing on more people. But now it's just a really good time.
So
And there are a lot of what is it that Brandon says during that? No, this is Eric Worre, that during the winter, a lot of leaders are formed. And I think Jeff Roberti says this too.
yeah,
And so, yeah, now's just a great time to be
this
finding.
is truly an opportunity to create raving fans, to create people that really trust you, that really love you because you're still taking care of it and you're going through it together. And there's something that I just want to say to you about bringing on new partners. The thing that's hard in our system right now is we can't track our new partners to see if they've gotten to Partner Plus, to see how close they are. We call them up and go, gosh, one more order and you'll be QSC. Right now, we can't see that. So I'm suggesting to go back to, which I've always loved, making sure they have the worksheet, going through and having them fill it out, asking them to send it to you every time, take a picture of it, send me your newest customers. That will teach them the marketing plan. This is an opportunity to use paper to actually teach somebody the marketing plan. I've always loved making my people, really, if I set up, if I'm going to help you get to QSC and you want to work with me, you're going to have to fill out this QSC worksheet. So we have that available that you can help people and you can track. And I just noticed, I just heard that the next ship date is now on the back end and the back customers thing. You can now see when the next ship date is. It just got added in the last few days. So things are really happening. But, in terms of a roller coaster, I want to end this call because we're already over time, really. I think back to, the roller coaster ride of this business. What I've gone through in 34 years, it's 34 years, I think I discovered it was October 7th, I forgot to announce it, that I've been with the company for 34 years, October of this year. And in terms of roller coaster, different things have happened over the years. At one point when we shifted from the water and air to Juice Plus, our checks went from $20,000 and $40,000 a month to about $189 a month. That's a scary shift. And it was kind of overnight. And both Chris and I believed in Juice Plus then. We believed in Jay Martin, like I think we all feel about Travis. We stuck this out. Not everybody's going to do that. Guess what? People are going to leave. You're going to lose customers. But if you still believe in the mission, you still love our product, and you trust this company, there's no reason to have to go anywhere. The next thing that happened was a big wave happened where so many people left because, well, that was part of the wave of Juice Plus, because they weren't making the kind of money they made. We went from having over 1,200 partners to a handful of partners, had to rebuild our business. And then there was O.J. Simpson. I mean, we've seen it all. I'll never forget. Were you around then, Alita? Or were you after that? You were after that, right? Yeah. So we were on our way to the convention, to the conference, and we always would pull into a little market before we got to our hotel room to buy some fruits and veggies and things. And it was one of those mom and pop ones where the guy behind the counter is watching TV. And Chris is over grabbing some stuff. And I look up and I see the ticker tape thing at the bottom and the white Bronco of OJ being chased. He was our keynote speaker that night. And he's being chased by the police down the 101 freeway. And I looked up, I said, oh, Chris, I don't think OJ is going to be here tonight. And then all of the Inquirer on the headlines of OJ with the bottles of Juice Plus in his hand. So he's this criminal that has maybe just killed his wife, and half the pictures have Juice Plus in it. And turns out our sales actually went up because people couldn't remember what the Juice Plus was, but they remembered seeing it all over the place. So we had a lot of sales. But there have been all kinds of things. I think it was either Jay Martin or John Blair had to get up in front of the entire audience and say, guess what? This is what's happening. And then what do they do in place of that? So you can imagine. So we've been through all kinds of ups and downs. This is a little glitch. I know it's frustrating. I am not trying to minimize the hours that some of you have spent trying to get through to the Juice Plus company. And then once you get through, you get the wrong information. Or, or you get through and I don't know, they hang up on you. You've waited 2.5 hours and they say hello and they hang up on you and they don't call you back. That is frustrating, annoying, it's aggravating, it makes you angry, makes you feel worthless. I do hear all that and I know it's difficult, but if we can keep our faith, I think everything is going to turn out well. And if we can keep our faith while talking to our partners and our customers so that we can truly be the flight attendant to keep people calm, because every day something else is happening good. So the most important thing I'm hoping that you get from this is how do you keep empowering your customers to feel significant, to feel certainty, to feel that they are making a difference with their lives and their families' lives. Those are the important things that we can focus on now until all of the dust settles. So I think that's it. Sandy, is there anything that you want to add?
No, that was so great. That was fun hearing the OJ story.
Oh my God, there's so many more crazy things like that. So,
And I do want to say one last thing. There have been so many companies that have gone through really hard times that I just have so much appreciation and gratitude for our company that during the hard times, I'll never forget Jay Martin in 2008 leaning forward at the podium saying, "We are not going to participate in the recession." And Travis did something very similar at our NMD meeting this last time, just that we are going to weather through this. We are behind you. We are going to make it. We are strong.
So final thing, November 5th, we do have our welcome call for any new partners. So that's is it next Tuesday or the Tuesday after?
Tuesday after.
The Tuesday after. So it's
2
November
weeks,
5th.
it's election day.
It is election day, so it'll be a sweet break from the chaos of elections. It'll be our tight little knit family welcoming the people in that we love and care for. Not worried about that's already going to be a done deal, however it shows up. So hopefully if you've got new partners, and I know Heidi, you're still working on a 5-in-1. If you've got new partners, make sure to tell your upline so that we can make sure to be ready to welcome them. Anything you want to add, Alita? Got you on the phone. I'm real lucky.
No, not really. We're just taking it day by day. It's really nice that I can have a list of things in front of me when they call me back, but trying to predict where I'm going to be when they make that call is a big thing. I mean, one of my reps was in a bone density test, and so I couldn't three-way her in.
Oh my gosh.
I just I said, give me all the information now. So I took care of it. But yeah, it's pretty nuts, to have to keep your phone on and be panicking if you leave it in another room in your house.
You don't want to panic. You just want to go get it. You just want to stay calm. Everybody stay calm. Have your phones with you.
Yeah.
Call back. But I've heard lots of good things about the callback also, by the way. Heidi, did you have anything you want to say? You sat up and I didn't know if that was just you were sitting up or.
No, I'm actually just getting ready to go to bed, but I do want to kind of echo on the fact that I did send out messages to my customers, and it's so interesting. I haven't had much drama surrounding all of this, which I'm really grateful and thankful for. The one complaint I think I've had from most people is the activate button being just way too small.
Yeah.
Some people can't see it.
Yeah.
But some people didn't even see my messages, so they were completely, it just shows you, right? What people see and what they don't see. I mean, I had customers that saying, "Oh yeah, I think I probably did receive the text, but I don't think I took much notice."
Yeah.
It's funny
So
that we have
some will,
Voxer
some
and we
won't,
have
so
all
what,
these-
Yeah.
we have all these other platforms and forever, 20 years, nobody
Mhm.
ever calls you back. And as soon as something like this happens, you have all these people calling you back.
Yeah.
But I did
Pretty
get,
funny.
I had a customer, she doesn't like to do the subscription, which obviously she doesn't really have much of a choice right now.
Right.
But she did do pay in full, and I just sent her the cart, and I didn't see it show up right away, but I just checked in with her and she said, "Yep, and I've already received the product." So
Oh, great.
She got it before it showed up on my back office.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one thing, haven't signed up a new partner with this system yet, but Alita was saying that we were talking the other day and she said she signed up a new partner and that partner was like, oh my gosh, this is the best system ever, because he never saw anything different,
Right.
Right.
so he thought everything was perfect
Yeah,
in
that's
it.
great.
So if we don't tell them, well, we used to do this and we used to do that, or,
Yeah.
it's perfect for them.
It is perfect. So they
Mhm.
get to start fresh. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the night. Heidi, go to bed, take care of yourself. For the rest of you, thank you for being on the call so late. And I love you all. Thank you so
Good
much.
night.
Good night, everyone.
And meeting. Hi there. Hi, Alita.
Hey,
Wait, let me stop.
hi,
Let me
Nikki. I
stop
love your
this.
hair.